Pokimane drama just reached a new low. You know, I feel like streamers just love being in drama. It's like the never-ending cycle of life. Something happens, a streamer says something during drama, nothing happens, a streamer says something during drama. It's like they're always gonna say something. At this point, I think they're just rage baiting everybody. You know what? I want to be in drama now, so I'm gonna say something cancelable. I think racism is bad. I know that was a brave take by me. Anyways.
Massive day for the unemployed.
That's me.
Pokimane is getting flamed by the internet again.
Fortunately, we live in such a self-centered, capitalistic society.
Criticize.
You know, that's the clip I saw on Twitter, and they were absolutely flaming her, bro. And to be honest, I don't think the criticism is unwarranted, right? Because I feel like when a lot of streamers speak on situations or give out takes, they never truly live their takes. They're just giving it out for like social approval of some sort. And her take about capitalism or whatever, I feel like that's a general take. Most people will probably agree with that. But the fact that she doesn't live like that, I think, is what makes people upset and angry. For example, this is going to be an egregious analogy, but let's say we lived like in the 1700s when slavery was a thing, right? If I was like, I hate slavery, man. Why do we live in this slavery-centered nation? But then I owned slaves and actively participated in it. Like, what am I looking like here? You feel me? Damn, I might get canceled for that analogy.
Capitalism after selling $28 cookies, having a la boo-boo dangling from her mic, and creating videos on TikTok showing off luxury items like bags and makeup.
You know what is so dumb about this? Like, yeah, people are right to say, yeah, she has this, she has that, but she's trying to say this about capitalism and society. The people that respond to that always put that little meme of, you're criticizing society, but you participate in it. Do people not realize that you don't have to be like an exorbitant, wealth-hungry individual to live in America? Of course, you're never going to be able to not participate in capitalism because it's part of America, right? It's literally ingrained in the economic system. But just because you are forced to participate in it, doesn't mean you're forced to be extremely wealthy, money-hungry, buy all the Louis Vuitton bags, buy all the designer, be a consumerist. Nobody's forcing you to do that. Like me personally, I'm not no radical socialist or communist, but if I was like a radical anti-capitalist and I lived in America and I was hella rich, I'd give like 99% of my wealth away, live off a modest 70K a year. Why would I want to be rich if I'm criticizing the rich? I just don't get it, man. I just feel like you should have practiced what you preach. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this though.
And it sucks because it trains us to prioritize work and money above all else, even friendships, even being
not me. I prioritize God above all else.
there for other people. And then again, it creates this culture where people are like, oh, I don't want to bother them. They're probably busy.
To be fair, right message, wrong messenger.
To be fair, that's probably just because she's in an industry of entertainment where people kind of use each other for benefit, collabs, features, streams, whatever. It's hard to know whether somebody's genuine friendship or not. And then you're more of work colleagues and associates, not really friendships. So I think that's more of her being in a streaming culture, not really necessarily society as a whole. But if these people got out of the big cities like LA or wherever they live, they would probably find more genuine people. But it's always hard finding genuine people when everybody knows who you are. So her frustration is valid.
She tried to sell cookies for $28, 197.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Oh, I've heard so.
Bro, like, why do these streamers say this? I feel like they want to get themselves into drama. All right, she sold $28 cookies. Me personally, I don't think that's wrong because if people see that's high price, nobody's going to buy it, right? But the fact that she criticizes the rich and like taking advantage of people in this capitalistic society, but then kind of does the same is what I find an issue with. Also, making fun of people for their wealth, even though she did apologize for it, I hope she did, is the lamest thing, in my opinion, you could ever do. That's the lamest thing, bottom of the barrel. Whenever I had any like problems with anybody in school, real life people, the last thing I would ever think of is to make fun of their wealth, their clothes, the type of house they live in. I would never make fun of the situation someone finds themselves in monetarily. And if you do that, check yourself, bro. Don't make fun of somebody's wealth. Make fun of their actions. Make fun of the type of person they are.
Oh, I've heard so many people discuss this. In order to have a village, you need to be a villager.
So is that like in order to have friends, you need to be a good friend? I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think you could expect to have, you know, a really solid group of friends if you're not being a good friend yourself. Then I also don't think just because you're being a good friend, you should expect good friends in return. I think you just have to try to be a good person no matter what comes in return.
Villagers do hold all the emeralds. What did Notch mean by this?
I think that's really true. Like, if you want people to be there for you when you need it, you gotta be there for them when they need it.
Mind you, she's pushed.
You know, I think she has a point, and I think she's mostly right, but I also think it focuses too hard on the transactional nature of friendships. I don't think being a good friend means you get good friends in return. I don't think being a bad friend means you get bad friends in return. I think people got to be the top people they are. And if you're a good person, you're always going to be a good friend to people. If you're a bad person, you're going to be a bad friend to people. I don't necessarily think that makes you a bad person, but my point is that you shouldn't expect something in return, and that's why you're doing it. You should do it because you want to do it. Be a good friend because you want to be a good friend, not because you expect people to be a good friend back.
40 and she just learned that helping people is good. Whoa. Andrew Schultz level epiphany.
But it's also annoying to even have to like convince someone to be there for you so you can be there for them. It's like, It's
I think she's just unaware about the fact that she's in the entertainment streaming industry where friendships are more collab oriented. Friendships are more benefit oriented. Who could give me views? Who would give me this? Who would give me connections? So of course you're going to find yourself with friendships that don't really feel genuine or all too real because they're based on the industry you're in. If you feel like you have to do something to expect a good friend in return, then you are around the wrong people. Those are not real friends. Maybe go talk to your family. Maybe go talk to some hometown friends. Maybe go find people that don't know you as Pokimane, or for the general population that don't know you as a streamer or don't know you as this rich person or this person with this career. I think just using common sense and logic, it's obvious people are going to treat you different when you're a big person in the space. If you have 5 million followers on Twitch, people are going to want to be more friendly with you, want to do more collabs with you, want to be nice to you. But then again, are those genuine friends that you could call at any time? We don't know. You know, I just think in the entertainment industry, the LA industry, it's just hard to find genuine friends because everything's about, you know, career, growing, doing videos with people, connections. It's hard to find genuine friends. And I think you solve that by moving out.
a whole myriad of things. Fortunately, we live in such a self-centered, capitalistic society.
Got an engagement ring for myself.
Get that Chinese labubu piece of shit off your microphone. Real ones spend their money on Pokemon cards. Pokimane, eat the rich. Also Pokimane.
To be honest, I don't really care when rich people act rich or live a rich life. I just find it extremely corny when they're being hypocritical and criticize the exact same things they're doing. The more power to them though, you know, if you want to do that, that's fine. But me personally, if I headed the rich and I find myself to be rich, I would donate it all away. And I don't necessarily hate people being rich, but if I was rich right now, I would probably still donate a lot of money.
Oh, I don't know, man. She makes communism sound so comfy that I almost forgot about what a complete self-centered she was. On the WestJet channel, we're known for our due diligence.
Damn,
and this
bro.
was actually for a giveaway, so
Okay,
you know,
that makes
it
sense.
makes it less bad. She called her own supporters broke because they didn't want to buy her $30 cookies. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Valkyrie got upset and banned a viewer for calling her a moody socialist billionaire.
Anyways, how are you guys doing, my loves? If you think I'm a billionaire, you cookie bean. I'm so sorry.
There were so many good Twitch chats, so many good comments in there, and she focused on the one negative comment that called her a billionaire. Like, just correct him and tell him you're not a billionaire, you're only a multi-millionaire. But I'm not gonna lie, he deserved that ban.
She just 14-dayed Tyler won Hardstuck Korea gold lol. Come on, man.
Ba-da-da-da. If I ever was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire for more than a day. I would give away most of my money. But I also think that's most people.
Speak for yourself. I
I mean, that's an interesting point, but I don't know if it rings true for everybody. Damn, I want to say something, but I don't know if it's gonna sound mean. I feel like I'm sounding mean to her. If you're very rich, I don't think being more rich is gonna make you act differently. She's a multimillionaire. If she wanted to give her money away already, she would have done that. Why would being a billionaire change that? I mean, I don't know. This is just confusing to me. Why does she act like being a billionaire is so much different than being a multimillionaire? Yeah, sure, there's obviously a wealth difference is massive. Billionaires could buy crazy shit, but more so I'm talking about the nature of it. Both people are very, very rich compared to the average person. If you're very, very rich and you want to give most of your money away, you can do that. If you're very, very rich and you don't want to give most of your money away, you're not going to do that. And I'm not saying she's lying, but if you're not giving away most of your money right now as a multimillionaire, why would that change as a billionaire? You know, you're still abundantly rich. You still have an exorbitant amount of wealth. But whether you're a multimillionaire or a billionaire, I don't feel like your value should change on whether you should give your money away. I think that's a little bit weird and odd. I feel like if you want to give most of your money away, you could do that as a multimillionaire, give 90% of your money away, maybe live off $200,000 a year. I think that's good for any person. But I think if we're being realistic, a lot of rich people just like living the capitalistic life with a lot of material possessions, a lot of goods, a nice property, you know, buying a lot of stuff. And I think that's fine. I truly think that's fine. I think you could do that. We live in a society where you can do that. But I also do think it's hypocritical to criticize capitalism and rich people when you're doing the exact same thing you hate. I don't know. That's just my view though. I think being a giving person is good though. And I encourage more people to do that. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're average, it doesn't matter. I think giving is always good though.
wouldn't even give that money to my close family. She says most people, but most people will never in their life even be a millionaire. So you're already in a lucky position. Just give your money away right now. Billionaire, multimillionaire, what difference is that to Joseph, who's living on the street homeless? I would give away most of my money. Is being a billionaire the milestone where you give your money away or something? Pokimane is a multi-millionaire, so why not start giving that money away now? Maybe some people could finally afford her $28 cookies, too.
I mean, yeah, I think this person is just 100% correct. I think a lot of people are coming at it hating on Pokimane, but I'm more so, you know, just criticizing the words she says and the actions she takes. I don't really care about the person herself because I don't know the person. But yeah, I just agree. If you're rich, you're rich. There's no line where you should start giving your money away. It's like I hold values and ideals that I'm gonna live no matter what, no matter if I'm rich or poor. If one of my core values, I'm not saying she has this, one of my core values is giving money to the poor, whether I'm poor myself, whether I'm rich, whether I'm financially the wealthiest person on earth, I'm gonna give money to the poor no matter what situation I'm in. I think a certain wealth number, changing your values and ideals is weird, but that's just me.
Yeah, hating billionaires as a millionaire just seems like you're throwing rocks in a glass house. It doesn't really make much sense.
And we hate the rich. Anyway. Too much or too rich.
Hot take, but hating on stuff you can't control and being envious sort of makes you a sad little loser. But WestJet, billionaires shouldn't exist. Okay, then do something about it.
If I ever was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire for more than a day. I would give away most of my money.
This is cancer.
And you know what? In honor of Pokimane, everything on my merch website is 20% off using code Pokimane. Go on westjet.shop and pick yourself up an unemployed hoodie, t-shirt, or hat to support the channel. Oh yeah, the coupon's only valid for the next like 10-15 people.
I know, math is hard.
Whoa, even
I don't know, this is just my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people, a lot of creators and streamers are just fake and they just say whatever to make their community or the people on the internet just like them. And a lot of people don't ever truly live what they say or live by the values that they preach. And I think more people need to be doing that. I think if you hate the rich and you want to give your money away, you should start doing that. I think if you love the rich and you want to be a billionaire, you should start doing that. I think if you want to be a good person, you should do that. I think if you want to be a good friend, you should do that. I just think you should live by what you preach. Me personally, hot take, I just think you should live by what you preach, by the ideals and values you set. And I think it's hypocritical and corny not to.
Ailtone replied, TLDR of Pokimane drama is a multi-millionaire, 30-year-old female, claims society is broken where people prioritize work, has no kids, says...
Bro, this is another thing. I feel bad for women creators because they're always getting harped on about their age. Okay, bro, she's 30, like every person ages. And she has no kids. Maybe she doesn't want any kids. People always get stuck on this idea that women need to have kids. Like, if you don't want kids, that's completely fine. If you want kids, that's also completely fine. What I do think is a good practice for women is to get your eggs frozen, though, because let's say you don't want kids now, you're 30 or you're younger or whatever. Your mind might change at 40 or 50. And then when you actually do want kids, it might be harder for you. So get your eggs frozen while you're young. So in case you do want kids when you're older, you still have that option. But not having kids is completely a fine choice too. I don't know why people always get so upset about that.
Society is broke for people prioritizing making money. Frequently purchases high-end clothing, Gucci, etc. Sold audience $32 cookies. Called people who couldn't buy them broke boys and shamed them. Anyways.
Man, fuck that morally bankrupt bitch Pokimane. My Genshin Impact baddies mog her. She is dead-ass a loser. Go
Didn't this guy get like a restraining order or something? I feel like all streamers are weirdos, bro.
Start a family. By the way, fun fact. I am not convicted of a crime.
Sure, buddy.
Valkyrie ends stream after 30 minutes with the worst excuse after gifted subs stopped coming in. I thought my meeting was at 2. It's at 1. I'm 8 minutes late.
Guys, I thought my meeting was at 2. It's at 1, which means I'm 8 minutes late. I'm so sorry. Love you guys so much. I've got to depart. Thank God I didn't get into a Valorant game. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Does he know? Like, I get it. 24K like.
Bro, those Twitter accounts just literally clickbait and make everything up. Like, obviously she just left because she had a meeting. Like, it's not that serious.
But do we really know she didn't actually have a meeting? You really are a piece of to keep pushing fake this. I mean, using Pokimane's own words.
A self-centered capitalistic society?
The reason
I don't know why it's muted. People like these women get so much hate like Poki or Valkyrie is because they're still doing the same that like 20-year-old girls do. I think for a lot of people, it just feels like they don't ever have real talent. If that's all they've been doing for almost a decade now, just farming these incels, these type of viewers that hate women, like women obsessed with women. It's why they get made fun of so much for their age, because they haven't done anything with their age. Nah, I disagree with him. I think that take that he said sounds incelish. I think people make fun of creators for their age because it's just a funny thing to do for these people on Twitter. I literally see every creator, whether they're man or woman, young or old, get made fun of for their age. Dante literally released a video about this problem with people getting made fun of for their age. And he's one of the people that gets made fun of for their age. I think the real reason why these creators get hate, no matter whether they're Pokimane or some other creator or some other female streamer or some other male streamer, is because of what they say about their actions. Some of it's warranted, most of it is probably not, but it's pretty simple. There are probably dozens of older women creators that never get hate and are widely loved because they don't say anything that they would get hate for, or they don't act in any ways that they would get hate for. But me personally, I don't think anybody deserves any type of hate. Criticism is fine, or accountability is fine, but please don't hate on anybody. We need to be good people out here.
Broken clock is right twice a day, and love it or hate Mizkiv, he was cooking here. She's literally regurgitating political science slop you'd hear a first year say at university. Yeah, I'm never searching Pokimane up on TikTok again. What are we talking about? Hey, at least Reddit was cooking. Huh, I wonder who that's for. We live in a... Why not buy myself an engagement ring? Self-centered. If you're a broke boy, just say so. Capitalist society. No, not me. The ultra rich. As an extremely overpriced toy hangs off her microphone. I don't necessarily disagree with some of the message, but damn, could have been someone else saying it.
Yeah, I think that's what most of the complaints are. It's not about what she's saying, it's about her combined with what she's saying. Like, she's giving takes that most people would generally agree with, but then she's acting in a way that where you combine what she said with her actions, it like contradicts each other. So most people would see that and be like, damn, this person's kind of dumb. So in a vacuum, her words that she said, her takes, her ideas are something most people would agree with. And in a vacuum, her actions of whatever, selling cookies, buying designer, being rich or whatever, most people probably wouldn't care. But then when you combine them, they contradict each other. So people are gonna care, people are gonna be upset, people are gonna criticize you. And I think you have to have the logic and awareness to understand why you're getting criticized. But on the other hand, I also think a lot of these streamers just rage bait people for fun because they get more attention and clout. That's just my opinion.
In order to have a village, you need to be a villager.
It's not really shocking that a woman is cooking, but yeah, no, she's right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the West in general, people are scared to talk to each other, but that's a whole different topic.
Let's unbox my birthday present to myself together.
I hope it's a microphone. This really comes off as someone who really hates capitalism.
This is the first thing I bought. It is a ring.
Relax, Lord of the Rings. This is like the third time she bought a ring for herself. Just take notes from PewDiePie at this point. Oh wait, she did. Unstoppable force versus immovable object. She's literally the female Hassan, LARPing as a socialist when her whole brand is just capitalism. Designer clothing and jewelry is the most capitalistic thing of all, actually, because in reality, you're not even paying for quality. You're paying for the brand name.
Found something hilarious on her most recent stream. So she's on stream. She says something about it being too cold, turns off the AC from her phone. A viewer says like, oh, that's so bougie. And her first instinct is to say thank you. In what world would an anti-capitalist thank someone for calling them bougie? It goes to show that she doesn't even know her own rhetoric. Like, this is such a complete LARP.
Holy, some of these people are in too deep, bro.
Let's go.
We could have built this little...
Whoa, I don't remember being in her lobby.
La 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 la. From your phone, what the fuck, bougie? It's actually, I mean, thank you, but I don't think it's that bougie.
If you gave me $1 every time...
I mean, yeah, I think that guy's in way too deep. I don't think she necessarily is a super capitalist, money-hungry Elon Musk type person. I just think she enjoys being rich, and she also says like what she has to say to be politically correct. Thanking somebody for calling you bougie is a little bit strange, but I also don't think it's that serious. She likes having money, she likes her products, she likes her house, she likes designer. So what? It contradicts whatever she said, so what? At the end of the day, most of these creators, most of these streamers are just random people that you'll never meet in real life. They won't make that big of a difference in the world. They won't make that big of an impact in the world. I think expecting like streamers and creators who are not these like political ideologues or these people with grandiose movements, expecting them to have this like distinguished ideology and value system that they adhere to no matter what is pretty dumb. They're obviously not going to. I think it's fine for people to just say what they think is correct, even though they might agree with it. They probably do agree with it, but it's hard to act in the same way. I just don't think it's that serious at the end of the day.
Pokimane was being hypocritical. I'd give you back the $1 because I'd be a billionaire right now and I'd give away all my money. Streamers are also also basically internet homeless people. They beg for money. At least YouTubers do it indirectly. They don't hate capitalism, they just hate the name. They want to call it socialism and still play the game. The only time you even hear from Pokimane nowadays is if she's like rage baiting somebody or saying something real stupid and it goes viral. I feel like streaming stunted her development as a human, and I just think she needs to grow up. And I'm not trying to morally grandstand or lecture her in any way. I'm a retard, so God isn't giving you his toughest battles. You just have to stop LARPing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's funny to talk about like useless drama like this, but I also think at the end of the day, these people are just random humans just like everybody else. So their values and opinions shouldn't really be idolized and shouldn't really expected to be consistent and perfect. I think if you want to look up to any person that's ever existed in the world, look up to the one true God, Jesus Christ. Have a good day, everybody. Love ya.